Thaddeus almost certainly inhaled some form of FEV. In Fallout, FEV is the only substance capable of rapidly transforming a human body in the way we see happening to him. Ghoulification, by contrast, is a long, drawn-out process. It usually takes years of radiation exposure and is even theorized to require a specific genetic trigger to occur at all. There are rare exceptions like Moira Brown in Fallout 3, but those are still tied directly to radiation events. What's happening to Thaddeus doesn't follow that pattern. In the show, Thaddeus is clearly shown inhaling an unknown substance that rapidly heals his injured foot. As the series progresses, his body continues to change, and while he initially resembles a ghoul at a glance, the details don't hold up. His nose never falls off. His skin, for the most part, remains intact. His hair falls out, but his facial structure stays human. Most telling of all, his transformation is progressive and active, not static. And by episode 7, he even loses an arm, which is something we never see tied directly to ghoulification alone. This isn't radiation decay, this is mutation. Ghoulification is deterioration. FEV is reconfiguration. Everything about Thaddeus points toward the latter. The strongest piece of evidence is the second mouth forming along his neck. That is not a ghoul trait. That is a hallmark of FEV-induced mutation, where bodies lose biological cohesion and begin developing redundant or misplaced organs. That detail alone strongly suggests he is not becoming a ghoul and not a super mutant either, but something far less stable. In my opinion, Thaddeus is transforming into a centaur. This theory is further reinforced by the hinted mutant versus human conflict introduced in episode 6. The centaur would fit perfectly into that narrative thread, not as a leader, but as a consequence. A living symbol of failed experimentation and the cost of FEV, which naturally leads to the question, what exactly is a centaur? There are two pry. Mary types of centaurs in Fallout usually distinguished by the number of heads. The first are the two-headed centaurs created by the Master on the West Coast. These were designed as hybrid attack creatures for his army. One head is human, while the second is canine, and the two are locked in constant conflict. They crawl along the ground using 3 pairs of arm-like limbs, dragging their torn, gash-covered torsos behind them. Each limb resembles a human arm and is even labeled as such in VATS, though each hand only has 4 fingers. Beneath their swollen groin area, clusters of tentacles writhe along the ground. These creatures are aggressive, unstable, and clearly engineered for violence. That said, I don't believe this is what Thaddeus is becoming, though it remains a possibility. The second type is the single-headed centaur, found primarily in the Capital and Mojave wastelands. These differ significantly from their West Coast counterparts. They possess a single human head atop a powerful upright torso, which connects to a sloped insect-like abdomen. Movement is driven by the front sets of arms, pulling the body forward, while the rear limbs drag uselessly behind. As they move, the torso sways unevenly, giving the creature an unsettling, off-balance gait. Jagged bones protrude from the spine and rear abdomen, while tooth-like bone growths surround the torso's abdominal muscles. Thick purple veins spread across the body, and the shoulders end in blunt, bony stumps. From the mouth extend 3 long, tongue-like tendrils that trail down the torso. Their faces are frozen in expressions of pain. Even more disturbing are the so-called evolved centaurs. These larger specimens retain the same general body shape but have tighter, darker skin and are riddled with tumors along their backs. Their bone fragments and veins are less pronounced, suggesting a later stage of mutation, while their darker tendrils and increased size make them even more imposing. These are not just stronger creatures, they are further along a twisted evolutionary path. My belief is that Thaddeus is almost certainly becoming a centaur. What kind, however, remains unclear. It may be a hybrid between the 2 known variants, or something entirely new created specifically for the show. Either way, I genuinely hope we get to see the full transformation this season. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment with your thoughts. Have a wonderful day. I am out of here.